Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dare to Dream radio show. This is your host, Deborah Dachinger. Wonderful to be here with you today. So today we are talking about the path to balance. Because I know you don't need to learn that. You're great with balance, right? Okay, let's get a little music here. Music, please. Music, please. So we know that you need balance. And part of balance is keeping to connect with me, keeping to listen to our interviews, our openings, etc. Because we love having you here. We love having people aboard. We're all so much alike. Go to DeborahDachinger.com, D-E-B-O-R-A-H. Last name is with a C. It's Austrian. D-A-C-H-I-N-G-E-R.com. DeborahDachinger.com. And you'll find everything there that you need, including interviews you can listen to that are archived and all these inspirational videos. Woohoo! Also on YouTube, go to Deb on the Radio. Twitter is Deb on the Radio. Facebook fan page. Go to Go to Dare to Dream, radio and TV. And what else? You can pick up my book on Amazon.com. It's called Dare to Dream, This Life Counts. 3-time bestseller. So you too can make your dreams come true. Part of making dreams come true, for sure, for shizzle, is creating balance. Do you not know it, my friend? Everybody I talk to speaks about how just bananas their life feels. I mean, really, even some of the great masters you might hear on this radio show, it's amazing how, I don't want to say the word struggle, but there tends to be this thing that pops up that we all have to pay attention to and say, okay, this is interesting. I am so engrossed in where I'm headed or doing or being that that's not happening, right? Stillness isn't happening. Being, not from the identity point, but just being isn't happening. So when we are pursuing a dream, darling, there are extremes, don't you know it? And it's our path. It really is our path to find balance. It may be the lesson de jour of the century. It may be what you're here to learn, and so am I, that's for sure. Because we simply cannot always be climbing up a hill to reach our dream. You know, our body, as strong and amazing as it is, and our psyche, as strong and amazing as it is, it does have a finite end to it. Yes, it will give us little signals like, ouch, too much, can we relax? I know a lot of people lately who have had bronchitis, have lost their voices, they've gotten really sick, and every one of them has turned to me and said, I needed to stop. I needed to rest, and I didn't. I had to go to another party. I had to do the next thing. I had to run out, and and they get them so sick. So we can only take so much. So let's not get there. Let's know the rhythms of ourselves, because part of pursuing our dreams and goals is knowing that, knowing when to pull back. Because dreams can't come when we're like a Hummer going through like a battering ram. There is a peacefulness, actually, to dreams coming in. There is an action and there is a letting go. It's a breathing. Right? All great pursuits are like this. So there's an alternation of activities, the putting out and the taking in. Just like there's a moon, there is a sun. Just like there is activity, there is rest. Just like there is giving, there's filling up inside. So we have to pay attention to all of those, because periods of intense effort always need to be alternated with periods of relaxation. What? Me, a nap? Oh, you can do it. Or you could breathe for just 5 minutes. That would be pretty cool too. Your choice. Or however, go out in nature. You know what suits you, and experiment with new ways. Take baths. Just do something that's joyful and just being, where you don't have to think, don't have to be, can be spontaneous. Go there. Remember that a bow always drawn never speeds the arrow to its mark, right? What happens to someone who draws a bow after a while? It's going to weaken them. That's what happens when we keep putting out. And so on we go, moving toward our dream. And every time, there is a time when we're at what feels like our lowest point of descent. Just remember, it's actually higher than the last level we were at. Yes? So I say this because there are just times we cannot climb. We're just a little void of attainment. And there are times we may become discouraged on this path. So the thing that is essential is just keep facing the goal, and understand that as you're climbing, there are times it will be like this. And as you're climbing, there are times it'll be like this, but this is higher than this, and this is higher than this, and on we go. We don't become spiritual people, nor do we suddenly acquire powers and gifts. What happens is we become awake to what's already here. Someone who is an adept is conscious, most of the time, of who they are, the spirit that they be, and what they contain inside of themselves. And as we become awake and conscious of what's already there, inherent inside of us, what was there all along, we become fully aware of our breath, of our life, of the food and the drink that we ingest, of the senses of spirit that are already present. And we find that everyday existence can actually become a continuous miracle. It all is where you put your focus, right? It's all where you look, the questions you ask. So a skillful person really acts as though they know themselves to already be that powerful, connected with spirit being. Part of spirit, absolutely. Over and over again, remind yourself the recollection of the truth that your body and everything in its environment is pure spirit under whatever form it may present itself to you and your senses. Practice this so you can go from being ordinary to an adept. Our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our opinions, they all create the matter around us. They create our experience. So be conscious of where you put that energy and attention, where it's flowing, and where you would prefer it to go. Choose good for yourself. Choose good for others. Choose good for the planet. Always when you're at a crossroads with anybody or anything, what's the high road, baby? You got to know that this is the time to make those kind of choices. It's actually stupider to curse somebody out, or to put somebody down, or to judge somebody, or to go anywhere where you're not shedding the past behavior and creating new, good behavior. Pay it forward. Pay it forward. Take the high road. Do the right thing. Because God, you'll feel so much better about yourself, right? That's another way of filling inside. So on the road and on the path of creating our dreams come true, what I will share with you is I recently created one of mine. Woo-hoo! I had read an article in the Oprah magazine 9 months ago-ish, and I was so taken with the article. Everybody knows Deborah Dachinger is a huge animal lover. Deborah Dachinger loves animals. I saw an article about this woman who had changed careers because she wasn't happy. She did a lot of research, and she found a career she loved, of all things. Really, this pretty blonde woman, she became an alpaca farmer. I was so intrigued by her story, and I was so intrigued by these gorgeous animals. I mean, if you thought llamas were pretty, well, I think llamas are pretty. I mean, those big old eyes and those cute little lips. I mean, they're so pretty. Oh, I mean, an alpaca is like the Miss Universe compared to a llama. They're so cute. They're like deer, puppy, and llama mixed together, and a little camel. Oh my God. Well, the story goes like this. I knew I had some free time coming up around the holidays. I was going to take some time off because I was filling up inside. And I wrote an email to her. I introduced myself, how I found her, how much I was crazy about animals, who I was, and what I would like to do. And she wrote back to me and invited me to come to her farm. So we made plans, and I went to her farm. I spent 3 hours with her and 40 alpacas. Oh my God. Alpacas are as different as humans, heights and looks and skin colors and teeth and eyes and everything imaginable. Weight. They are gorgeous. And let me tell you what was so cool. So when we pulled up, this is the first thing I noticed. We pulled up to meet Beth, the owner. And I was so excited to meet her. And as we were walking toward the pens, I'll call them, where they all are, what I saw was every single alpaca did this. Every one of them. Can you imagine 40 alpacas looking at you? Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? Hello? Hello? Oh my God. It was the most gorgeous thing on the planet. And then we spent all this time with them. They're not notoriously affectionate like a cat or a dog because they're so afraid of being taken down by or hunted by an animal. So they're a little protective of themselves. However, of course, there was 2 that just, I mean, me and them and me, we were like, they were hugging on me, hugging. It was so sweet. So I'm in love with alpacas. I made a dream come true. This woman was incredible, and she's continuing to make dreams come true. And she was very inspiring indeed to see something she's doing now that she's passionate about. So listen, dreams and goals can be anything. It doesn't have to be this huge stuff. It could be things like that you think about, that someone who moves you and you just want to get to know, or you want to go experience, or a hobby or whatever. Go do it. Tick, tick, tick. Go do it. And fill yourself up inside along the way. Dare to dream. I love you. I do. Dreamers who do. And thanks for tuning in. DeborahDachinger.com